This is Selena Yvette, host of Stories from Planet Earth. Thanks for listening to the following show on Public House Media.
Hey, you're listening to Let's Hustle with Lee and Chelsea. We are two girls making our way in sales and entrepreneurship.
We set out to make this podcast after entering our late 20s and realizing we were hitting a wall and felt like our lives and careers were stagnant. After expressing this feeling to countless other women, we realized we weren't alone.
So each week we're bringing you real conversations with real people that are authentic, realistic, and relatable in hopes that you can grow into the best version of yourself. So strap in and let's hustle. Hi.
Hello.
This is Chelsea.
This is Lee.
We are so excited you're here.
We're so happy.
Today is a very special day.
It is indeed.
It is Thursday, which means it is, Lee, what is it?
It is the
Most powerful.
It's August 27th, which actually it is the most powerful day, apparently, spiritually, that we're gonna experience in like.
So manifest, honey.
Yeah, if you have any whoa, oh my
Wow,
gosh, I had a stroke.
stroke
Goodbye. If you have any manifestations that you've been thinking about, that you've been working on, today is the day to freaking let those things happen, because apparently it's supposed to be a really powerful day.
I'm manifesting so much money. You guys, I'm rich.
I love that. I think, well, no, I'm not gonna, well, no.
It's not a wishbone. It's not like you blow out the candles. You can't tell people your wishes. You manifest
Oh, okay.
it.
I was like, can you tell people? I'm going to
Absolutely.
manifest success and stability.
Oh, I love that for you.
And let life interpret that how it will.
Literally, I just want to be so rich. I can see, I've told you this before, but I need to tell the crew. I want to be so rich, I can see a pair of Louboutins and be like, oh my gosh, this would be so perfect for Lee. And so I buy you a pair of Louboutins that are like $1,000 and I don't even bat an eye about it.
I would love that so much.
Or like, hey, you guys want to go on a girls trip? Yeah. This is our budget. I'm like, don't worry about the budget. I've got this.
Don't look at the budget. There is no budget.
Do you want a chef too? Okay, fine.
Let's go.
And then be like, I just need you to get me Starbucks next time. I don't know.
Perfect. Sounds great. Thank you. Because for you, me getting Starbucks will be like you buying a vacation.
That's my dream.
That's how much money you want to have.
That's my dream.
I love it.
I can donate to any and every charity that I love.
Yes.
I love to give gifts. And so
I love that.
I just want to like.
Awesome.
You know.
So Chelsea's going to manifest $10 billion and I'm going to manifest happiness, and we're going to see what happens.
And we'll come out happier than ever. Lee's happiness will be contagious and my wealth will be put to good use.
You know what, universe? You know what would make me really happy? If I had a rich best friend.
Granted.
Love it. So anyways, that's what's happening today. So work on that. Work on your magic today if that's your thing, if that's what you're into. If not, no worries. Disregard the last 3 minutes of the opening of this pod.
Really, we're just trying to drag it out to hit 30 minutes because our topic today is one that's like a work in progress for us. But I think if we like talk about it, maybe we'll talk through some things.
Yeah. Well, we also wanted to talk about this because this is something that's very important. This is something that we forget.
It's so important.
I feel like every week we're like, this is so important. But every week, the things we talk about are important.
Yeah, we're important hosts, so.
Yes. This week, we're going to be talking about... Wait, did we even say what our podcast is?
This is Let's Hustle.
Yeah, sorry. If you're looking for something else, maybe you should pick a different podcast.
Read your screen.
God.
Get your name's on it.
Get it together. Jeez, learn how to use your phone. Or your iPad or whatever you use. So, today we're going to be talking about handling your emotions.
Yep.
Because this is something that Chelsea and I struggle with all the time. And we need to get better at it. So we thought that we would, sit here, talk out some things that we've been, struggling with, and ways that we could improve ourselves.
Literally, it's like, hey, want to come hang out with us? And this is what we do when we hang out.
Yeah, so we're actually letting you hang out with us right now.
Yeah.
Maybe not letting, we're inviting you. Letting is like, we're allowing you to be in our presence. That's dumb.
That's very, very accurate.
Totally.
Yeah, we don't want to be like that.
No, not at all.
So Lee, kick us off with your ideas here.
Okay, so this is something that I've been struggling with, I think. And I tend to get, not all the time, but I tend to get very short with people, I think. And I get very frustrated very easily when people don't know what I'm talking about. And it's a problem because a lot of times I'm really bad at explaining things. And then I get frustrated that I'm bad at explaining things. And then I get frustrated that the other person doesn't know what I'm talking about. Like, why can't you read my mind? What the heck? And I know it sounds really dumb when I say it out loud, but in the moment, I really am very frustrated about it. And I think I would like to find a way to be A, more calm, and B, more articulate when I'm trying to explain something.
Okay.
Are we just making a wish list?
Yeah.
You said okay.
I was like, how can I give you advice?
Well, okay. I will say that I have worked on it. This is the thing, too. We've worked on a lot of the things that we're going to talk about. We've worked on a lot of these things, so, like, we know the answers, and that's what sucks, and that's what's so hard about handling your emotions, is, like, you know the answer. You know what to do.
You know.
But
like, doing it. It's like, I want to lose 5 pounds, and I know to lose 5 pounds, I need to stop eating butter and bread and go on a walk. But guess what? My favorite show's on, and my husband brought home Texas Roadhouse, and they have rolls, which are delicious, and I might want to watch Friends and eat a dinner roll, and here I am.
Yeah.
I know the solution to the problem.
It's just, like, doing it is so difficult.
And I'm like, I'll do it later. I think maybe that's the answer. Procrastination kills your emotions. Kills you slowly.
It
What's wrong with us?
It's so warm where we're recording. It is like it is so cozy.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's making my brain slow down.
I just think my brain is slowing down.
In life.
I think my brain is like, Chelsea, you go at a speed that is unrealistic and not even like of good things. It's just as random. Like,
yeah.
Oh my gosh, a squirrel and a butterfly, and I want to do this, and I like that color, and I should change this painting, and I should order a painting. I don't want to do that. I should get, that's my brain all day long. Or like someone's talking, and I'll be like, okay, Chelsea, really focus on what they're saying. And while they're talking, I'm telling myself to focus, and then I don't hear a word that they say. And then I start thinking, I wonder if they can unfocus their eyes like I can on demand. And because that's a sign of ADHD, and literally I didn't hear a word they say.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm really sorry you have to deal with that. So handling your emotions with that, how do you think you can combat being a overthinker? Maybe you're not. Yeah, an overthinker.
I'm a total overthinker.
Absolutely.
Are you kidding me? I have a uterus.
Yeah. Yes.
I mean, but I definitely overthink. I mean, I'll just tell the people. I get like really insecure about friends. Mm-hmm. Because
ooh, this is a really good topic to bring up. I'm very glad we came to this.
Like, I get really insecure about friends because I've had many friendships that I've really invested in or like put a lot of my heart into, and then I just kind of become like I'm not the latest trend anymore, or they got what they needed from me, and so it's like I just have been a little bit burnt by that, and so I just get a little insecure in some of my friendships. And so, being insecure makes me, like, then I get insecure that I'm insecure. And then it's like, they don't want to hang out with me because I'm, like, needy or something. And so, even if I put that into my job at work, like, being an insecure salesperson and, like, being needy and, like, people give off that vibe. And you're like, okay, they're gonna really focus on, like, they can sense the energy that I'm giving out, and that makes me undesirable to anybody. And then it just, you know, my emotions go rampant in my crazy brain, and then I talk myself out of things or make myself feel a certain way. Like, conversation today that I had on group chat about dry ice.
Who was a part of that? Who did that?
She has really great hair, and her name's Lee.
Oh, hey.
And she's like, she didn't want dry ice. She's like, I'm afraid of dry ice. I was like, why? And she said, because ... it's dry ice. And in my head, I said it how I would probably say it, being rude. And that's not how Lee talks, nor would she say that to me like that. And so I take a step back and be like, don't read it how you would read it. Read it how this person talks. And calm the F down.
Then look at you. You handled that.
And now, here I am.
Do you think you would have been able to do that 2 years ago?
No. I'd have been like, she hates me. They don't want me in their friend group anymore. I've been replaced. I'm out.
It's hard. It's hard when you have insecurities about that to reverse them.
Well, it's hard to be able to talk to people about it, too.
Absolutely.
Because it's like, you don't want to have a pity party all the time.
For sure. But sometimes you have to. I think that that's also something, it has a negative connotation if you want to sit and, like, not like complain, but
talk about your feelings.
Yeah, talk about your feelings, because it's gotten this whole, like, oh, I don't want to be a downer, I don't want to complain, but, like, a lot of times getting that out and finding someone who you can confide in and, like, tell your deepest, darkest secrets to, it gets it off your chest, so then, like, you're not thinking about it later.
Yeah.
You know? So I think that the fact that you are willing and able to actually come out and be like, I'm really insecure about X, Y, and Z, you know, these are some problems I've had, blah, 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 that's a really good example of being able to handle those emotions, because that helps you.
Well, it just holds you back from everything.
Yes.
It holds you back from having really, like, deep friendships and relationships. It holds you back from, like, being successful. And it holds you back from, like, you really ultimately reaching your full potential. You know?
Yeah, sorry, I'm stretching and Chelsea's laughing at me. No, it really does.
Yeah.
Because when you're not open and honest with yourself, how can you be open and honest with other people?
Oh my gosh. I don't even know.
You can't.
But, like, holding those emotions in, you know, you gotta talk about it.
Absolutely. And, like, I've noticed, like, at work, in certain situations, I tend to get really inside my head because I get really insecure about doing something right, or am I doing, like, what I think is right, and then if I think it's right, then will my boss think it's right, and blah, 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 and I just literally go around in my head a million times, and that's, like, an insecurity, because I have imposter syndrome all the time. And so a way of dealing with that I've found very effective, because, I mean, I still do it, and no one's perfect, is just sitting down, breathing, and being like, no, Lee, there's a reason you're here. There's a reason you're doing this in the first place. And you don't need to be insecure about this.
100. Yeah, couldn't agree more.
Thank you.
That's the other thing, like, in sales, when you're like, everybody's getting sales, everyone's getting deals, blah, 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 and you get, like, thinking about what everyone else is doing. I mean, I have been very guilty of that. And then if I take a step back, my very first manager was really good at helping me with this. She was like, okay, let's stop talking about this and let's look at your pipeline. And we talk about all the things I had going and all the things that I was working and all the things that I was close to closing. And I focused on, like, me and not worry so much what everyone else was doing. It helped me tremendously. So, like, when I started feeling like some kind of way in, like, maybe a friendship or a relationship, anything, I had to be like, stop comparing myself to them, stop worrying about what they're doing, and focus on, like, what am I doing? You know?
Oh, yeah.
Not to be, like, narcissistic and think about yourself. It's more like, okay, what's my situation? Like, how can I handle this? Like, don't even worry about how they're going to handle it, because at the end of the day, if the people don't like how you handle situations, then you're not supposed to be friends with them.
Absolutely. Well,
know?
It's definitely not narcissistic or self-centered or whatever. It's really just doing the inward work so that you're not being a burden on other people, you know? Because when you look inward and you work on yourself first, then you're essentially like helping out others because they don't have to help you, like, you know, work on stuff that you should be working on your own.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, no, I completely agree.
I like that.
Just like emotions are difficult and stuff.
Dude, emotions are so hard.
They really are.
What's the most upset you've ever got?
Oh my
Professionally. Not like in life. I know that in life there's problems, but like professionally, what's the most upset you've ever got? And two-parter. What's the most upset you've ever got? And if you could go back, would you, and how would you handle it differently?
I think this was like, I don't even know. I just know this really irked my nerve.
I'm ready.
I wasn't like super tenured, but I still had been with my company for a while, and they were giving out awards, and I definitely had the highest install, and like I literally was number 2 in the company. Felt really good about it, and instead of giving like sales rep of the year award for my location, I got most improved. That award is still in the box under my desk. And now if I could go back, I wouldn't have been like such a sore sport about it. I still think it was stupid and like whatever, but who cares? Right. I mean, actually I do care because like goes on my resume and stuff. Yeah. But nope, not over it. Right. Still in a box under my desk. Haven't dealt with it.
Oh my god, I love you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that's a valid thing to get upset over because it is something that you worked very hard on.
I worked my butt off.
Yeah. But
effing most improved.
Yeah. I feel like, but that maybe it wouldn't be a situation where you would go back and change how you handled it on the outside. Mm-hmm. Maybe you could go back and you would change how you handled it on the inside, because I'm sure that the feeling that you had is way worse than other people's perception of how you felt. And
the person that got sales rep of the year, like, he's one of my really good friends, so he took it really well, and I was like, you know, that's a pity award, right? Probably shouldn't have said that.
Oh my god,
might be a sore loser.
You are, and we know this, but I think that you have really, I think you've improved though.
Yeah. Slightly. There. I'm getting there.
I think that you're turning into this person who can genuinely like be happy for others, and not like you've never been able to be happy for others. You obviously have, and I've seen that since I've met you.
Definitely. I know. Yeah. 1000%.
But it's like, you don't just show it. Like, I feel like you now are the kind of person who actually feels that way.
Yeah.
About others. And I think that maybe
I genuinely want to be happy for people.
Yeah. Right?
I always tell myself, like, if I was in their sales territory, I could have sold that deal too, but I'm not, so I can't compare myself to that.
Oh my gosh, 100%.
That's like the biggest thing in like a sales career too. It's like, if you have a set territory and someone sold an account, like, mm-hmm. that's amazing. If you were in that territory too, mm-hmm. It's a lot of teas. You probably could have sold that yourself too.
Yeah.
You know, like, you would have had the opportunity, but that account isn't in your territory. You don't have the opportunity. So move on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, you can't compare yourself to that.
Yeah.
And that's something that another sales rep for the company I work for said that to me, and it just has always stayed with me. And I was like, you know what? That's like a really good way of thinking about it.
It is.
So, I've always really liked that. Whenever I'm getting down on my luck, look about what I have going on, and, you know, that wasn't in my territory. So,
gosh, it's sitting down and being grateful for something. It sounds so simple and so dumb when you say it out loud, but it really does just, like, change your attitude.
It 100% does.
Like,
when I was younger, I kept a journal, like, religiously. Very funny to read back through now. But I went through, and every day I would put 5 things I was grateful for. Even if it was, like, stupid stuff. But I was so happy at that. Not that I'm not happy now, but, like, I was so happy. And I was just, anything, I just had to do a minimum of 5. Mm-hmm. There was, like, the shoes I'm wearing, the food I ate, the person that said hi to me, whatever. Just like focusing on the good things. Literally, when you just focus on the good things, more good things come.
Oh,
the
my God.
happier you are.
Yep.
And like my sister's really, really into manifestation and all that stuff. And she's lost like a significant amount of weight. And she's like, I tell myself every day, like, the weight on my body that's not serving me, I'm grateful for, like, the body that I do have, and I love the body that I do have. And, you know, you have to be grateful for the things that you have and have control over.
Gosh.
You know?
That's such a good reminder.
Yeah.
Because we can get so in our heads, especially in business and our professional lives, of, like, everything we don't have and everything we're trying to achieve and, like, constantly trying to move forward, and, like, it can be so overwhelming, and it's hard to achieve more when you have a very sad and depressed attitude. So
and nobody
you know what
wants
I mean?
to be around you.
Exactly.
Which leads to my first insecurity.
Aw. I know a lot of people who like being around you.
Thanks.
I know at least 5.
Perfect. It's wonderful.
Yay.
Yay me.
5 people want to be around me.
Oh, that's so exciting.
Oh, I'm dead.
I just know I can be a lot. And back in high school, one of the girls on my cheer team said that she couldn't stand me because I was too peppy and happy all the time. And I was like,
She's probably just jealous because she wasn't.
miserable human being.
Yeah. I will say that people who used to be really happy and peppy got on my nerves when I was going through, like, a really bad time in my life. And that's not a reflection of you. That's a reflection of them. You know?
That's the other thing with the feelings.
Yeah.
You have to look if someone's being mean to you or you're feeling bad. It's not you. It's a lot of people just suck and project on you.
Oh, my God. Yes. People project all the time.
It's rude.
I'm bad at it, but I don't.
The first step is just recognizing the problems.
Absolutely.
And then the more you recognize it, the more aware you can be. And so if you have good people that can point out things that you want to work on, you know, but you have to be willing, if they point out something, you can't be offended when they point it out.
Yo, oh my gosh. You gotta be open to critiques.
Yeah.
Gotta be open to critiques.
But I will tell you this. The second I open myself up to critiques, though I've learned more, I'm less offended. I feel happier in general because I'm not letting myself get offended.
Yeah.
And, you know.
You are, like, legit, and I'm gonna give you a big old compliment right now.
You guys.
Legit.
I'm gonna pull a Lee and start crying.
Do it. We've already cried, like, 3 times today together, so what else is new? You legit, out of all my friends, probably that I've ever had in my life, are legit, like, the most... You take critiques with such grace and such an open mind, more so than maybe any other person I've ever met.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You really do. And
I just want to be better. I just want to be the best I can be.
And that's, like, a true sign of someone who genuinely wants to be better. Not just, like, I want to be a better person. Like, no, you for real, like, live that life. You walk that walk and you talk that talk.
Oh, my gosh.
Yay. You're welcome. Are you going to...
On that note, bye.
Okay, compliment me now. I'm just kidding. But, no, you really are, like... It's just something you have to remember, because it's so hard to take critiques, because especially when you're already working on yourself and you're like, I'm doing the best I can, I'm trying, and then someone comes in from left field and is like, also, you do this wrong. You're like, oh, why?
Sometimes you're gonna be like, okay, I understand I do this wrong, but I need you to put that on the back burner and help me in like 3 months with that.
Right, like, gotta work on one problem at a time. Thank you.
Not enough capacity for all of it at once. But... yeah. So, I don't know. There's a lot with feelings. We could go in so many different directions.
There's a lot with feelings.
I know.
I'm about to name this episode that. There's just a lot with feelings.
Stuff. It's a lot.
It's hard. They are difficult.
Feelings are difficult.
Yeah. Gosh. You know what I'll say right now, and I'm going to step on a soapbox real quick.
Oh, please, hop up.
Get a therapist.
Oh, here we go.
Not you specifically, but... I
mean,
mean,
kind of.
to the people.
Yeah.
I think you actually do a really good job at managing yourself. I mean, obviously, I think everyone needs a therapist, so I'm not, like, against you if you wanted a therapist. But I will just say, if you have a problem handling your emotions, if any of the things that we've been saying in this episode you feel like apply to you, or if you struggle with any of them, I will tell you, a place where you can get help is a therapist. Because a lot of people don't feel like they need a therapist because they think they handle everything themselves. Well, you know what? You as a person don't have an outsider's perspective. And sometimes you need that. Because sometimes you need a therapist to tell you, hey, what you're doing with X, Y, and Z is either unhealthy, or maybe you get really upset about something and you don't know how to get unupset about it. And they will give you the tools you need to change, or to make yourself happier, or to make yourself feel better without having the bias of already being your friend and just like wanting to make like sugarcoat stuff.
Yeah.
And without being too harsh.
Absolutely. And unbiased.
Yeah, completely unbiased.
Which is always really good.
Absolutely.
It's always really, really good.
Ugh, I just feel like everyone needs a therapist. Everyone needs a therapist.
Yeah.
Please.
And know, like, when you're going through a hard time, that doesn't mean that you're a failure.
Oh my gosh.
You know, just because you're going through it doesn't mean that you're going to stay where you're at and you can work through it. The only way to get through it is to literally get through it.
Oh my God. Absolutely.
You know what I mean? We had an episode about it a long time ago. It's just, you got to deal with it and take it head on and you'll work through it. And emotions aren't bad. Like, to be able to, like, feel for other people, or, like, be able to recognize your emotions and, like, appreciate your emotions, because people that don't have emotions are usually serial killers.
Yeah, I was going to say, they're usually murderers. And it's okay to have emotions, even if that emotion is anger and it's not fun. Like, you know what I mean? I think sometimes people think...
But there's power in anger.
There is.
You just gotta, like,
Yeah.
reel it in a little.
Right, for sure. Don't do it to where you're going to hurt somebody or someone else. Or yourself.
Yeah.
Somebody or someone else or yourself. That's literally two of the same things. Like, great job.
Great job.
Yeah, there is power in emotions, because if you let yourself feel that emotion, let yourself sit on it, you allow yourself to heal.
Yeah, and I always think, like, I think I have a spirit and I think I have a body, and right now they are two together, right? And so I feel like my spirit that came down to this earth to be reunited with my body wants to feel all of those things. So, like, when I picture myself being sad, or I, like, look back at a time I was mad or sick or angry or anything, I just picture, like, that's the point of a roller coaster that my, like, spirit is on in this journey of life, and her hands are up in the air and she's like, this is so exciting. Like, I'm experiencing something so wild, you know, or like that anger and she's like going around the corner. I don't know, but it's just like, let your body, like, do yourself some justice and, like, feel your pain, feel your emotions. Like, it's good to, like, feel those things, because when you really sit and feel it and, like, think about it and try to figure out, like, okay, I'm angry. Why am I angry? Okay, so what about that makes me angry? Guess what? If you take that second to think about it, then you can avoid being in situations like that again. Or, like, why am I so sad? Let me check my flow chart. Oh my
God.
My period in a week.
That happens to me all the time.
Literally, and I'm like, why am I so sad today? And then I'm like, okay, well, I still am sad, but, like, now I know it's not.
Well, when you know the root of what is causing things, it will help you so much more, because you won't get down on yourself. I do that literally every single month. It's like I literally have been getting my period since freaking 5th grade, and every month it's a freaking surprise for me.
That's rough.
Yeah, I know. And I don't know why I do it, but every month I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot I do that.
I'm ovulating.
But it's every month. I'm like, God, I'm so depressed today. I hate myself. Why do I always do this? Why can't I get out of my own head? Blah, blah, blah. And then I look at my Clue app and I'm like, oh, Lee, your uterine wall is about to shed. That's why you feel like a piece of crap, not because you are a piece of crap. And then I feel better. It's like I'm still sad, but I don't feel as bad for being sad.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like, oh, there's a reason behind this.
Yes. Ugh, knowing a reason and knowing the root of your emotional traumas is so important.
It really is.
It helps you understand yourself, and it also helps you understand others too.
Oh my gosh, it totally helps you be. I think that's another reason why we go through all like the emotions and like feeling some kind of way, is so we can help other people through these things. Or like if I have kids one day, who knows if that's going to happen, but let's say for kicks and giggles, I bring a little Dupre into the world. That'll help me be a better mom, so I can understand and I can relate, and I can, help them so they can learn from my mistakes or my actions to better themselves.
God, so true. So true.
Guess I better get a little Dupre coming. I have a lot to teach them.
Dude, I know. I think about that sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, should I have a kid just to pass on, like, not crappy ideals to it?
Yeah.
I just feel like there's a lot.
Bring some good people
we're about to
in
go
the
off
world.
on a tangent. Yeah. Because I just feel like there's so many people right now who are, like, not good.
I think I would homeschool my kids.
I wouldn't.
Right now I would.
No.
I'm too afraid of everything.
Well, that is a very valid choice.
Yeah.
With the amount of horrible things that happen at schools now.
And they're basically getting homeschooled now anyways.
I know. Yeah.
That's another podcast for another day. We're talking about our emotions.
Yes, for sure.
Children. Little angels.
Well, emotions are hard, and that's okay. I stuck my head in a pillow.
He's like, body is in physical pain.
Yeah. It really is. I have the worst heartburn right now. I don't know what happened. I'm literally sitting like a crazy person.
Yeah. So, but you know what? Feel your pain. Learn from yourself. And be your best teacher. And
please
go forth and manifest today.
Do it. Just manifest today. And if you don't, that's okay too.
It's your life.
It's your life, your choice.
We love you. Please rate, review, subscribe, tell a friend, tell your friends to tell their friends to tell their friends.
Maybe don't rate this episode, rate another episode.
Yeah.
We were very emotional. This was like a therapy session. I'm sorry. I hope you got something out of it.
Yep. Okay, we love you.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.